Welcome back to Practicing Catholic for our special Christmas episode. There's even more music on the way. Joining us now is Stephen C., the St. Paul-based multi-platinum pianist and composer. Stephen, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me here. That sounded like wow, I'm somebody, huh?
Yeah, you're someone to us. You recently performed a 2-night Christmas concert at the cathedral. What does it mean to you to continue that annual tradition?
Well, and thanks for that. This was the first year we did 2 nights, and the weather cooperated, and we had some huge crowds. It was actually my 7th time performing a show we call Christmas Together, because we like to get people together of all faiths to come there. And this year was especially great with the 2 shows and the way the music and the sound came together. It's like, I think we're still a little bit zinged up from that show. So thank you for that.
Yeah, and I heard a little rumor that there might be a special announcement in regards to that show.
Well, it's almost one of the first times. We just confirmed yesterday that we're going to bring most of that show back to my church that I'm a member of on Saturday, December 30th, at 2 o'clock, free matinee show, Christmas Together at St. Joe's. There'll be information on website, different things, but it was so much wonderful work to put it together. I just kind of felt we needed one more show, like we were just warming up after 2, so the whole group can make it, and I am super excited.
Yeah, that's super exciting. And based on how popular the concert at the cathedral was, I imagine it's going to be just as popular on December 30th.
I hope so. Yeah, super excited.
Yeah, and what a way to start the actual Christmas season coming out of Advent to just keep the celebrations going.
Yes, it's actually the 6th day of Christmas, and so with that we're going to have some new music to kind of put into there, and it's kind of like with St. Joe's being kind of a home, it's like a homecoming concert. The cathedral's been an annual thing. We hope to continue that forever and grow it. In fact, one audience member says, "You're going to need a bigger cathedral next year," and I went, "I don't know if we can get bigger than this, but we'll try to restore what we have there first, right?" So far, so good.
Yeah, no, that's so amazing. How have you seen that show grow in the 7 years that you've done it?
Great question. And first I just wanted to do one show because I recorded an album there called Christmas Beyond, and the sound, I'm very lucky I have a 9-foot Bosendorfer Grand, similar kind of to this or not. And the sound with the 8-second acoustic in there with the Christmas music, it was just such a thing. I wanted to do one show to share it, to say, what, and then so many people came up and said, okay, we'll do it again and do it again. And then took a couple years off, of course, to be safe, and then came back last year and then this year. So we just want the tradition to build. And again, Christmas Together, it's such a simple but powerful way around the seasons. We like to, say, think of a loved one or someone who might not have something to do, invite them to the show. And then when somebody will come by, a parishioner, and say, thank you, because now I'm in the Christmas mood, then that's the bar. That's why you do it. Just one person, to kind of help get into the spirit.
Yeah, I love that idea of doing it just for the one, that even if just one person can walk away and say, I'm in the Christmas spirit and I feel ready. Yeah, it's success.
We've made it.
Yeah, and kind of talking more about the Advent Christmas season, playing music, what are some of your favorite Advent or Christmas songs to play?
A great question. There's so many Christmas songs, and I've been very blessed to record lots of them. In fact, I don't know what the number is, but let's just say it's 140. Well, here's the truth. There's not really 140 great Christmas songs. There's kind of the stable of the ones that we all know. I love traditional carols. I like taking them and trying to reimagine them in different ways. And of course, there's a lot of wonderful pop Christmas music, but the things like Still, 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 a lot of those very basic ones, they're so pretty, they're timeless. And so I'm all over the map because I love them. I love all Christmas music.
I have kind of a controversial question.
Oh boy.
When do you start listening to Christmas music?
I try to keep it closer to like later November. If I'm putting together a show, I have to sample into some stuff we did before. But certainly like right after Thanksgiving, I go crazy and I listen to all sorts of music here, there, looking for ideas for the next show or a song. We have this All Is Well song that we did really early in the cathedral, Michael W. Smith, and it was such a beautiful sentiment, and I've never heard of it before. So even though I'm sort of a veteran, I like to be surprised and say, wow, I never heard of that song. So we put it in the show.
Yeah, that's so cool. Can you talk a little bit more about the process of how you put together the show and decide what goes in?
Yeah, I mean, there's always, of course, what we did last year in the program. There's certain things you want to repeat, like you cannot not end on Silent Night with the kids singing. But I sometimes take all the information and I literally go somewhere very quiet with an old-fashioned pad and paper, and I just start writing down songs. And then pretty soon there's arrows saying, move this song here, there. And then it's kind of like, it's almost all the way there, but I like to procrastinate first and then go, we have a show in 10 days. Better get going. And I like to balance it so there's something for everyone. One song's called A Cradle in Bethlehem. I have never heard of it before. It's a beautiful kind of ballad about the birth of Jesus. And we love to share that one because people said, that's the first time I heard it and I love it. And so again, as a veteran, I love to be surprised by music I've never heard before.
Yeah, and you're going to be performing for us in just a second, so I want to give space to talk about the songs that you're going to be performing. So let's start with the first song, What Child Is This?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that song, why you chose to perform it today?
I love that you asked that question because I think this is one of the first melodies I probably heard when I was so little as a child. And so after years of interpreting it, I finally have kind of my own arrangement, which is it's a song, but I put in some other little flourishes and different things. And so I'm kind of attributing this back from being a little boy in church, hearing that song probably for the first time, maybe 1 or 2 or whatever. And a few years later, it's still with me. So. Little What Child Is This?
Yeah, so listeners, you better keep an ear out for those little flourishes. Stephen, thank you for joining us to chat.
Thank you.
And play some music for us. Here is Stephen C. performing What Child Is This? That was great.
Thank you.
And you have one more song for us today, so tell us about this next song, Little Drummer Boy.
Well, on this song, again, it comes back to some childhood kind of memories of a really cool song, or maybe some of those TV specials. But in this one, I like to almost be that little drummer boy, and so I'll play lots of it very kind of straight and reflective, but then I have to like inject a little child, a little improv, a little attitude. And so there's a dance that goes on this arrangement, and I love playing it, especially at the cathedral and soon at St. Joe's.
I can't wait to hear it. Here is Stephen C. performing Little Drummer Boy.